Losing the Niger Delta ecosystem means we are going to lose a lot of things. And by the time we are losing them through deforestation, that means wildlife, a lot of wildlife will disappear. We have a lot of wildlife that are in extinct now.
Southern Nigeria's extensive Niger Delta is home to Africa's largest mangrove forest ecosystem. But even though it shrouds the bulk of Nigeria's coastline, only a little more than 5% is officially protected. In fact, Nigeria's mangrove forests are one of the most degraded in the world. And as mangroves disappear, so do the ecosystem services they provide. From flood, storm, and erosion control to acting as nurseries for fish populations and storing carbon.
According to studies, daily about 42 million tons of carbon is stored in the mangrove. So imagine this number that is being released every day as a result of destruction.
Of the Delta's diverse resources, it's the oil and gas deposits that are most attractive to the Nigerian state and extractive corporations.
We know that what drives the mangrove destruction is the oil exploration. And this is a major source of revenue for the government.
In the past decade alone, there were more than 8,636 oil spill incidents, which released a combined 385,909 barrels of oil into the surrounding environment, affecting both animal and plant communities. But oil isn't the only threat to Nigeria's mangroves. There's also unregulated logging, particularly for firewood, farming and fishing, and the expansion of urban centers.
In so many communities, there is a high rate of degradation, probably due to some causes like deforestation for timber, for firewood.
Before that time, we see many woods, big ones. But now, before you see one, it's not possible. You will find all over before you go see one.
Without alternatives for livelihoods, people have increasingly turned to mangroves as a means of survival.
Many of them that finish school, that go train and that work finish. After school, they don't have anything. They don't have employment. They don't have money. They don't have anybody supporting him.
When we provide alternative way of source of income to the people, like engaging in agroforestry farming, engaging them in snail farming, engaging them in businesses, providing finance for them to start other business, they will stop destroying the mangrove.
Increasing anthropogenic activities around mangrove forest had resulted in the invasion by opportunistic nipa palms. Nipa palms were intentionally introduced in 1906 for the purpose of fighting coastal erosion, but as their seedlings have better performance in polluted soils than the ones from mangroves, in the last years, nipa has gradually displaced 5% of the entire mangrove forests. From 2007 to 2016, Nigeria has lost around 70 square kilometers or 27 square miles of its mangrove forests. At the current rate of loss, researchers warn we could lose the Niger Delta mangroves within the next 50 years.
Looking at the rate of degradation, so we cannot just wait to allow it on its own to regenerate. We also need to plant back so that we can be able to restore quickly the degraded portions.
Local communities are carrying out conservation and restoration of the Delta's mangrove forests.
Over 100 community-based volunteers that are willing and ready to plant the mangroves. And then we work together with them to develop a community mangrove nursery, which takes about 6 months to get matured for transplanting. So we are looking at planting up to 1 million mangrove trees every year.
Restoration can always be carried out over time, though we will not expect the benefit to be immediate, but over a gradual period of time. There's nothing that cannot be done. So there is hope for the mangrove if all the stakeholders gives it a try and are willing to work towards its restoration. As long as life still continues, there is hope.